What's up, suckers? Today I got some badassness. I don't even know if that's a word, but yeah. So I got the EVGA Kingpin 2080 Ti. Ooh, this thing is so pretty. But yeah, we're gonna do an unboxing today and check out this card. If you guys haven't seen my streams, we've basically been Liquid Nitrogen doing Port Royal live streams, so check them out if you haven't seen them already. The only problem is I kind of killed my card. I had one of the memory chips that was kind of a little buggy and stuff, so. But we have a new one here today, and this is brand new retail in the packaging, and I must say the box is so pretty. Yeah, so let's open up this puppy. I like to show stuff as I get them, since I got the card from Mids before. I didn't get to actually see all the retail packaging and everything, so it's gonna be pretty cool, and it's gonna be the first time I'm seeing it. So let's cut this puppy up and open it up, right? Right. Are you excited? I'm excited. So far, the retail boxes is pretty cool. I mean, it's probably one of the nicer ones. So let's open this puppy up. Close this up for presentation purposes. But yeah, let's see what we get in the box. Remember, this is the first time I'm opening a box. So we got a nice, ooh, pretty gold and black. Pretty much is what this whole thing's about. If you looked at the PCB before, it's all black and gold. So we have the first part. Little foam piece. How exciting. And look at that monstrosity. How pretty is that, huh? All taped up. She hasn't been touched. Now I can finally play with it. Since I always show you guys pretty much what I'm doing or unboxing and stuff, so I didn't get to play with it until then. So now that I'm opening up, oh, you ready? Oh, this is the first time. Oh, yeah. So now I can't say that I basically didn't open it. So. Ooh, how pretty. I think what we could do is take the plastic off, huh? See if I can grab it. Ready? Hardware porn. Yeah, didn't go as in. Oh man, how sexy is this thing, huh? Good enough. Let's break things, right? So, but yeah. So if you guys don't know, the Kingpin card comes with the AIO. I mean, you're spending $1,800 on a card. You want at least like some cool badassness when it comes to a cooler, so you get it with this puppy. What's nice too is it's not so bad with the I don't know if you look at the Corsair versions, and basically they're always tough to maneuver. This one's pretty light to maneuver, so you can put it in different spots and stuff like that. So, but yeah, that seems to be all in that one section, but we have something else here. So put that there. Put all this stuff back in the box. That way it's all nice and organized and pretty. Kind of like my beard. Yeah, let's put this back. Put it over here. Alright, audio's still going. We're good that way. So, yeah, this thing is so pretty. So let's see what else is in the other box. So, again, take the knife. Open that puppy up. And so with the Kingpin, you basically get a bunch of good stuff. So here, let's move this out. I do like how this is like that. So we get some ties, zip ties. You can never have enough zip ties. You get one of the badges, some extra screws and stuff, which is cool. You get a important notice. It tells you how to do it, basically, how to put the acoustics, and shows where the tubing will go and how you can adjust the tubing and stuff like that. So, pretty cool. EVGA is pretty informative. So what's nice about EVGA too is they usually give some good pamphlets. So, like this, basically saying it's LN2 ready out of the box. These are pre-tested. I know they all should be good, so I'm actually really excited to see what this thing is going to do on LN2. We're going to do videos on liquid nitrogen, maybe doing some water stuff. I need to do some initial testing to see kind of what I get. That way we can start breaking records again. So, but it's cool. I love how they have this information. You can also check out xdevs.com, where if you buy one of these, you can basically get all the newest like BIOS and all that. It's that's the website of Tin from EVGA. He's pretty much the main engineer behind all these. So you have another installation guide, which I like that they do this. Usually when you buy another manufacturer card, they don't really do this. So it's always a bonus to have all the nice guides, and you can read through stuff. So you have a Pro Belt cable, so which goes pretty much right here on the Kingpin. What that does is it's so you can measure voltages and stuff like that. So if you have a multimeter, you can go and check to see. Basically, you can check the memory voltages, the GPU voltage. I think it's the. You can check all the rails, so 3.3 and the 12 volt and stuff like that. So it's always good to do. I pretty much use it when I'm benching. You'll see in my streams, I use a multimeter to check. So, and what's cool about it too is that you have a display on the top where you can actually put the voltages on there too. I like the multimeter. That way I don't really rely on this. The multimeter is more accurate, but this thing is cool too because then you get to see like what you're using and stuff. And this is customizable too. So the next thing we have is mini DisplayPort to HDMI. It's nice to have these cables. I think that's maybe for the single slot design, or not. But then we got, what kind of cable is this? Mini DisplayPort to DisplayPort. It's nice that they give you these cables too, because a lot of the times that you don't get them. So here we got mini DisplayPort to DVI. So you basically get a variety of cables. So, or DVI-I, make sure it's not DVD-ID. So digital. So, but yeah, that's pretty much what you get in the box. But I mean, let's take a look at this card. I mean, obviously I'll rip off some more stuff on it. But man, it is pretty. It's probably I would say one of the nicest cards that's out, and we haven't even looked at the PCB yet. So it is pretty, almost as pretty as me. Not quite though. It is pretty badass though. I must say I am really impressed this generation. And like I said before, these are definitely binned from the factory, so you're gonna get a good quality GPU, which is a plus and which is pretty much needed. Also, these come with Samsung memory. I'm not sure exactly how they're binned from the factory, but I know they are binned from the factory, so which is pretty cool. That means anytime you buy one, so if you're paying $1,800, you're gonna get a good bin card. It's kind of like in Silicon Lottery. I don't know if you guys know about that, but he sells CPUs that are binned. So, but it's good to see on these type of cards that the GPU is pre-binned to make sure that when you spend $1,800, you're gonna have a guaranteed good card. So. You got a single fan design. The VRM cooler on this is really beefy. Actually, let me go show another card. Actually, I'll wait for another video for that one. But anyway, so yep, you have an AIO, basically 240, two 120 millimeter fans. Like I said, the bendiness of the cooler itself is easy, so to put it in any case is pretty much simple. Usually, like we have different cooler AIO coolers, like the Corsair units, that the piping is just too much, and it's hard, and it almost puts stress on the coolers and the PCIe slots and stuff like that. So it's nice to see them do that. A couple other features we have is you'll see right here is the BIOS. There's basically 3 BIOSes. You have your normal, then you have like an OC, and then and then a LN2. So normal, I'm not even sure. Normal's probably just good for tests. The water OC is basically good for water. It expands the power. Normal is just basically like regular. So you'll have a better thermal power limit on the water one. And then on the LN2 one, you have to be very careful. So if you see a couple of the videos that Gamers Nexus did with tin, you'll see that when you switch to the LN2 BIOS, it will actually come on red once you mark it. But what this does is it turns off the thermals. So on air and water, you want to be very careful with that, because if your cooling's not working, say we didn't turn the fans on here, and it just gets hot and hot and hot and hot, the card won't turn itself off. And what it could do is it could damage the card. So you have to be very careful. Don't just go to LN2 BIOS. If you're just going to be on water and air, choose the middle one. That way you don't have to worry about thermals and basically killing your GPU. So that sucks when that happens, I know, because my last GPU is dead, but not because of that, from pushing it like crazy clocks and stuff like that. We were doing like almost 2,700 Port Royal. So, but anyway, so a couple other things in the card. We got some interesting things like there's switches on the back. So these are more for, Vince likes to do 4-way and stuff like that. Vince, aka Kingpin, good buddy of mine. He likes to do 4-way and stuff. So these are for bumping little voltages here and there. So, which is pretty cool. Everything else, like I said, is you get a nice backplate design, which is actually pretty cool, because I love to see all the different DRM components. It's one of the things about this card that's so sexy. You'll see underneath, like even in here, it's like all copper, and it just looks beautiful. It's definitely the nicest card that you'll find anywhere. There's nothing to compare to it. It's just complete hardware porn. So, but yeah, we're going to be doing a bunch of cool stuff with this. Like I said, I'm going to be testing on air, water. We're going to do, I don't think we're going to do too much of a breakdown on like all the different components on the actual PCB, but we're going to end up taking it all apart and kind of showing that whole process. And then we're going to basically get it ready for liquid nitrogen. So stay tuned for the next video. That's where we're going to do some kick-ass-ness and get it all ready for liquid nitrogen benching. So, I don't know. I'm excited. This thing's badass. We're going to have a lot of fun with it. So, alright, stay tuned for the next videos. I don't know. Slacker out.